We thought that taking on the biggest renovation project of our lives would be the hard part. But then, the worst natural disaster in over a century hit our region, and there was no way to protect our home.
Open your eyes to golden light. There's a world of wonder painted in the sky. What a beautiful sight. It's all waiting for you. It's all waiting for you. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
With zero rural experience, we left the city for a completely different life. We brought 30 acres in the country, moved our family of 6 into an off-grid shed, and relocated an entire house onto the property to renovate. It was the biggest project we'd ever taken on, and already this journey had been harder than we could have ever imagined. But it was time to stop overthinking and get stuck in. And thankfully, I wasn't doing this alone. The work is beginning, and our next job is to start removing all the interior linings because we're starting with a completely fresh slate. Before we get into this, I need to give you a warning. This part of the renovation is gonna look crazy.
One of my knuckles hurt. I think I hit that.
For me, having never done anything like this, it felt sketchy. We are tearing every wall down, stripping the house right back to the frame. And there's a serious reason why. This house is meth-contaminated, and if it's going to be a safe place to bring up the family, we've got to give it a fresh slate. Probably looks like we're destroying the house right now, but sometimes you have to make a mess to clean a mess. We are stripping things back to the framing. As you can see, it's all stripping out pretty nicely. Just umming and ahhing about what to do with this. Whether to keep it for this bedroom and through here, or to get rid of it. Man, I can't quite make the decision. What do you reckon, William? We keep it or get rid of it, bro? That's starting to look fresh, all ready for the jib. Really like that ceiling. We're going to give that a decent clean, a seal, and then a paint, and I think that'll be all good. We are going to need to replace some of the framing, or at least support some of this framing, because I don't know whether you can tell, but there's a bit of borer there. You whack it and you can, I've actually whacked out some dwangs from around here that were full of borer. Borer is a little beetle that just loves eating wood. It can completely destroy a house. So man, I'm hoping I don't come across more of this stuff. Any borer that we do find, I'll be removing and then dousing the area in treatment. Now the beauty of this room is that we don't have any paneling in the walls, so all the jib comes off a whole lot easier. And it's a really good feeling when you can pull that jib off in big lots rather than small little pieces like we were doing in that room, because the paneling was preventing us from getting down behind it. So it's looking all good. I don't know why. I'm wearing 2 lots of earmuffs, but I'm sure it'll protect my ears.
One of the best ways to learn about something is to pull it apart. And this whole process has taught us a lot. A wall is a lot more simple than you might think. So here's a quick rundown on what makes up your average house wall in New Zealand. First comes the framing, usually pine, 4x2 timber here in New Zealand. This is the skeleton of the home. Then comes the building wrap, a waterproof layer that protects the framing and insulation from moisture. After that comes the cladding, weatherboards like ours, shadow clad, board and batten, brick, stucco, corrugated iron. Every house is different. Then the cavities are filled with insulation. That's what keeps a house quiet, warm in the winter, cold in the summer. As a kid, I thought that pink bats looked like candy floss. Kids, don't eat it. It's fiberglass, and it'll cut up your lungs. Finally comes a plasterboard or drywall, plastered smooth and painted to create a finished surface everyone sees.
Today we've been getting all of the metal on the driveway. This is big for the project because it means that we'll be able to bring contracting trucks and cars and contractors in to do work in the rain. We're currently stripping out the master bedroom, and concrete truck has arrived to pile the house, so it's going to be dropped down. The piling has started. Wow.
Touchdown, eh?
Yeah.
It's always the best part, that touchdown.
This is good height.
Good high tape.
Yeah. Maya and the team have finished their job. And so it is all piled. It's joined on to the foundation. And that means that the journey begins.
All jib has officially been removed. We are now working with essentially a blank canvas. But then we heard the news.
This one's going to be my sister's room, Camille.
Cyclone Gabrielle is edging closer to New Zealand with heavy rain and strong wind warnings in place from tomorrow for some northern areas.
That night we laid awake, almost expecting the roof to rip off and wondering what we were about to wake up to. The next morning I went down to the house first thing. The house may have been wet, but everything was okay. However,
So we've got a raging torrent. Let me show you.
our land was a wreck, flooding on all of our flats. The fences were out, debris everywhere. Thankfully, none of our stock were down there. Information was limited, and it took time to fully grasp what had happened, the damage, loss to life and livelihood.
My key message to everyone remains the same. Safety first. Look after yourself and your families.
And you know, out of our area there are 2 roads. Both roads are blocked.
Everyone knows we have a long path ahead of us as we deal with extensive damage to homes, businesses, roads and bridges, and other fundamental parts of our infrastructure.
After a few days, once we could get through our road, we joined the many others, helping those who had been hit worst. We were lost for words at the damage.
When I'm falling apart and bury my head in your hands and heart, I come undone.
Entire regions underwater and completely cut off.
Close to me, close.
The beauty of the Hawke's Bay and even wider New Zealand community was on full display during the cleanup, with helpers and hugs and diggers and bobcats, baking and groceries flooding in from across the nation.
Just to breathe.
Times like these really highlight how much we need each other. Family, friends, community.
Your honesty with those
Car down there, trailer right there. Car. Lines come all the way from Whakatane to just serve and help. I just chatted to a poor dude who had just lost so much, 2 meters of water throughout his house. You know, it's hard when you're watching TV to fully grasp the gravity of what's happened. You know, you get kind of 1 or 2 images. But you don't often chat to the individuals who have been so deeply affected by this. You good, Bo?
Guys need any help in there with our machine? This is phenomenal.
Right. Sure.
Yeah, the silt.
It's just everywhere, eh?
The silt's just phenomenal. All of these would have been flooded halfway up the water lines, up the glass.
In a world so preoccupied with their own lives, it took a cyclone to remind us of the ways of the past.
So the flood waters have subsided. Yeah, so that fence there, it's pretty smashed. And through here, that's all smashed. And just the debris, the time it'll take to clear all that out is huge.
But thankfully, that wasn't the end of the story. When we lived in the city, there were people living only 5 meters away from us, and yet we barely knew their names. Isn't that strange? Like so many people packed tightly together, streets full, houses side by side, apartments stacked on top of each other, and yet somehow, hearts so far apart. I remember thinking about how much effort it took just to meet the neighbour next door. Sometimes it almost felt like the people didn't want to know you. And then we came to the country, and everything felt different. Out here, people wave when you pass. They stop to talk. They help when something breaks. They check in when things go quiet. They share kai, stories, tools, time. Out here, people still understand something ancient, that life is better when it's done together. We were never created to live in isolation, because the truth is, no one makes it alone. Next time on Family on the Whenua, it's finally time to start rebuilding. With the help of skilled family and friends, our house finally starts coming back together. But the deeper we get into this renovation, the bigger the project becomes. And honestly, it starts to feel like we're losing control of it.